Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. To my regular subscribers, thank you for watching today. And if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I am so excited for today's projects. I have count them, 6 DIY 4th of July crafts to show you today. They are easy, budget friendly, and oh so cute. It took me a minute to get them all done between work, graduations, birthday, Mother's Day, but here they are, so let's get to crafting. For today's project, you're going to need 3 of these signs from the Dollar Tree. You're also going to need some popsicle sticks or crafting sticks, whatever you want to call them. You're also going to need a ruler. Mine happens to be pink. Yours doesn't have to be. And you're going to need your red, white, and blue paint. Step 1 of this project is to turn your signs face up and put them together using hot glue. You're going to hot glue between signs 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. Let that dry for just a minute, then decide where you want to place your popsicle sticks. I decided to put some up and down the seams and then across the seams like you see here. It's going to give the signs more stability because this is going to be an outside garden sign. So just figure out where you want to place them, glue them on there, and let them get good and dry. For step 2, take your ruler and make the lines down your sign. Now, I decided that I wanted the top of my sign to be where the tag, where it kind of looks like a tag. I think you'll see what I mean. But just now here comes the fun part. The painting really is truly my favorite part. You can choose whatever color you want to make your stripes. I decided to use red and white and then paint the top blue. That's just the way I saw the project coming together. You may see it coming together another way. This is your project. You make it your own. Okay, so the painting is my most favorite part until you get to something you have to freehand. And I'm telling you, not gonna lie, these stars, they were little buggers. I looked for stars everywhere. Stickers, ones you can stick on that were adhesive, some that you may even have to glue on. I couldn't find any anywhere. So, as you can clearly see by looking, I had to freehand. And here is the finished project, and I really do love it, even in spite of those little hand-painted stars. Now, because I'm always going to forget something, in the supply list, I did not tell you that you were going to need some stickers. Unless you want to freehand all these letters, I did have to freehand the L, but that's where I drew the line. Now, what I just showed you is this tag came with those twine holders, and they have the little catch thing on the bottom, which made it super easy. All I had to do was just put put the twine back through the holes, and why do I keep wanting to say tag? The hanger was done. But here it is, all finished. I don't have it hanging up outside yet because I wasn't ready to do that when I was filming, but I love this. I think it is so cute. I chose to use Land of the Free. You can use America the Beautiful, God Bless America, whatever you decide to use. Your supply list for this shadow box is going to be 2 glass frames with black writing on it from the Dollar Tree, these acrylic blue and red buttons. You're going to need a scraper. I used the one from my Cricut. And then, of course, your red, white, and blue paint. Also, you're going to need 3 blocks from this box of towering blocks from the Dollar Tree, some rub-on stickers, patriotic, and then, of course, your hot glue and your hot glue gun. Also, let me tell you to go ahead and grab your favorite drink, because the first part of this project, it's going to take you a minute, and you're going to need some sustenance. step one of this project is to take your scraper and scrape off all the black lettering on the glass. Now, if I would have thought 2 minutes about having to do this, I would have chosen a plaque with not a lot of black lettering on it, but I didn't, so I had to do this for a while. So this is going to be one of those times where I just need you to do as I say and not as I do, and learn from my mistakes, because this took me forever to get this off. Okay, so do you remember me telling you at the beginning of this video that it took me a while to complete these projects because of work and graduations and all that kind of stuff? Well, you're going to be able to tell because of my highly professional filming and editing skills. Somehow I lost all of the footage of putting this together. I don't know where it went, and I don't know how to get it back. So what I'm going to have to do is just kind of walk you and talk you through this part. But it's not hard. After you get through scraping off all the black lettering, clean your glass on both sides on both of your frames, because remember you have two. Decide which one you want to be the bottom and go ahead and pour the blue and red acrylic. I think I called them buttons earlier, but they're really crystals. Pour them on inside the one you want to be on the bottom, and then take the one that you want to be the top, and on the top of that frame, get your rub-off stickers. Decide which ones you want to use. I used the preamble to the Constitution that you can barely read up there in the left-hand corner, then the flag, and in the middle, the Statue of Liberty and the USA. I took a popsicle stick and just rubbed them off on there, and they came off just fine. After I did that, I put the top frame on the bottom frame, but I hot glued them together. And just to make sure that it would stay together, I put a book on top of it and left it overnight. So then when I came back the next day, remember I told you were going to need 3 of the little blocks from the tumbling tower blocks that you get from Dollar Tree. You can't see it here, but what I did was I painted them black to match the frame, and I hot glued them on the seam on the top where the two frames come together. Now the reason I did that is because you can see where I hand painted 3 of the little wooden stars, one red, one white, and one blue, and I needed those blocks back there to be able to adhere with hot glue the stars to the top of the frame. Otherwise they weren't going to have anything to stick to. And I just placed them. I really didn't want any spaces in between them, so I just kind of put the red and the blue one together and put the white one on top, and I think that worked out pretty well. And I think, no, there is one more step, and this was a happy little accident, but I'll tell you about that in a second. I had intended for this to be the big reveal picture, but when I was taping it, I noticed that I had one of those balloon weights, the red stars and things that you see behind it, and I got to looking at it and I thought, well, you know what, that's kind of cute. I like that back there. So I tore that whole thing apart and glued it back together, and then let me show you what I did with it. So after I got through taking it apart, I bunched them back together, stuck them behind that red star, and put a ton of hot glue on it so it was sure not to fall off at any point. To me, it kind of looks like fireworks coming out of the side, and I think it's kind of cute. I hope you're not getting sick. Like I said, my very professional videoing skills. Your supply list for this door hanger is one of the wooden crosses from the Dollar Tree, your red, white, and blue paint, paintbrushes, and some twine hangers, or some twine for the hanger. Now, what I did was I went ahead and made a blue line to separate the top of the cross from the bottom. There's really no rhyme or reason for that. I just did it. But I decided to paint the top of my cross blue. Don't forget to paint the sides. That's very important. And then I took my ruler, my trusty pink ruler, and made my lines down the bottom of the cross. And then I decided to paint, obviously, red and white stripes on the bottom. Now at this point you might be asking, now Kelly, why is there a big X on top of this? Well, it was because I was going to try to take a shortcut and use that white chalk pencil or marker to color in the white stripes on the bottom, and no, that was an epic fail and I didn't like it. So I grabbed my trusty old paintbrush and the white paint and painted in the white lines like I should have done. And now for epic fail number 2. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm a professional. I thought at first that I was going to take this pencil, and since I'm going to have to freehand these stars again, that I would just draw them in, because you can see the pencil on top of the blue. But no, that didn't work. And the great thing about using the pencil is if you do mess it up, you can just paint over it. Works just fine. What I ended up having to do, well, I've already told you, was freehand these stars. And you can see here how I did that. And here's the final project finished. And what I decided to do, instead of using the twine, I grabbed some yarn and I got some red and blue beads that I have in a pack and just put those on there for some extra flourish, and I think it turned out really cute. And here's how it will look hanging on the door. I really like this. I wish I could have gotten more of the beads in this picture, but you know I didn't. But they're there and they're cute, and this I think is the easiest project except for hand painting the stars. Hopefully if you decide to do this, you can find some stick-on stars that you can use, or you may be good at hand painting. Your supplies for this project are a banner. I picked this one up from Walmart. You will also need a pack of these burlap letters. Now, I got 2 of these because I was afraid I might not have enough letters within each pack for what I needed. And I also used these on a different project, but you might could use just one. Now to begin, you're going to decide, just like we did with the spring banner that we made, how you want your pattern to be and how you want your banner to look. Just make sure that you lay it out, because this burlap fabric and this twine fabric, it can get twisted, and you might be painting the back of one and you think you're painting the front. But if you lay it all out and get it together, that won't happen. So what I did was I took my different colors of paint. I figured out what I wanted my pattern to be, and I I painted each one of the banner pieces. And I was originally going to use red, white, and blue for the USA, but I thought that would end up looking too busy, so I just did them in black. Now, y'all know I'm not going to go through a holiday without making a wreath, so that's what we're going to do now. I chose some red and blue solid fabric, and I got my little fat quarters at Walmart. I didn't get any white fabric. I don't know why, but I didn't. So I went ahead and got this red, white, and blue ribbon, and I ended up liking it better. Then I picked up another pack of these stars. I didn't show you the ring form, but I used one of the green foam ring forms instead of the wire ones for this one. But it's basically the same thing. You just measure out how wide you want your strips to be and tear them off or cut them off. and just tie them in knots all the way around the circle. I think you can see a little bit of the green wreath form in there, but not enough to make a difference. Then I just painted each of the stars red, white, and blue and put the stickers on there and attached them with hot glue. Your supply list for this last project is going to be a bottle of red fingernail polish, a white bottle of fingernail polish, and then also a blue. If you saw the video of the birthday gift I made for my niece, I'm using the same technique here. I'm just using 3 different colors. I put the red in first, and then the white, and then the blue. And this one takes a minute because you have to let each level dry before you put the next one in, but it's really cute and I really like it. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I loved making all the projects and putting the video together. It was just so much fun, and I'm really proud of this one. Well, the Lord says not to be proud, so why don't I say I'm just very pleased with how all of these turned out. But if you liked it too, then give me a big thumbs up, and remember, leave me some comments. Let me know which one was your favorite and which one you think you might would want to try on your own. But until next time, be kind, be blessed, and be crafty.